What is up, YouTube? Devil here, bringing you another how-to video, and in this one I'm going to talk to you about something I like to call the Ninja King. It's something I coined. I'm not aware of anyone else calling it this, but basically the Ninja King is the process of killing the defending Archer Queen using only the King and very little in way of support. By support troops, you might use something like wall breakers, giants, hogs, but only a few. Now, what this does is it enables you to kill the defending Archer Queen and not really use much of your army resources. You're not using a golem, you're not using a bunch of spells, you're using almost nothing, almost just the king. So you have a ton of troops left over, all your spells left over to handle the rest of the base in whatever manner you want. Another thing it does is enables you to bring your actual kill squad from any part of the base that you want. So in this attack, I'm going to bring my king. I'm going to break through this wall and push my king in here. He's going to go after the queen and kill her. And then if you wanted to go-ho this base, you might send your actual kill squad from over here somewhere to try and eliminate these double giant bomb possibilities. Another thing using a Ninja King does is a lot of times, not in this base, but a lot of times when you use your king's ability, the barbarians that the king spawns usually is going to be enough to lure the CC. So when you do this, you're killing the queen, you're freeing up a bunch of resources, and you can attack from any direction you want, and you probably don't have to lure. Your king is going to do it for you. So you don't have to bring a lure. Once you do that, you can pretty much anchor and handle the base in whatever fashion you want. Additionally, since you're killing the queen without using any spells, if you wanted to zap 2 of the air defense, that is an option. If there's a lava in the CC, you can zap 2 air defense and then not even have an actual kill squad. You can just bring 4 lavas and a bunch of balloons and take the base out like that. If there's a dragon, you want to have a plan to handle that. So you will need an anchor, and you can kill the dragon with just your queen and maybe a wizard or 2. So this is not a strategy that works with every base, but when the Archer Queen is accessible like this, it's a great idea to at least consider, just because it opens so many different options. So let's go ahead and take a look and see how I did it. So I'm hitting this base with 4 lavas and a bunch of balloons. So I'm going to start off with zapping 2 air defense. It's really not part of the plan, or not part of it's not significant to the Ninja King, but it's just how I started this attack. Alright, so both of the air defense are down. So now I am going to lure, because on this attack, the queen rather, is just a little bit too far away from the clan castle. So I'm going to lure and then anchor. And then let's fast forward just a little bit. Now the reason I lured first and anchored up in this top corner is because I want the king to get all the support that he can have. So the queen, that wizard, and those archers are going to help the king just a little bit. Another thing I want you to pay attention to is when the king gets close enough to the Archer Queen, he is going to ignore everything around him and go right for the queen, even if that means going through a wall. Hopefully that's not the case. If you're trying to do this and there are more components or compartments, like for instance, if there were a divider here and there's a compartment here and a compartment here, you might want to consider timing it, or maybe even enticing the queen to be in the compartment you want her to be in. In this example, you would want her to be in this section if there were a wall where I mentioned. So if you need to drop a hog first in order to make her jump over into the wall, jump into the section that you want her to, that's fine. I didn't have to worry about it here. But as I was saying, when the king sees the queen, he's going to dart for her. So let's watch that happen. There he goes. He sees her. He's making his way over that way. And since the king's only real objective is to kill the queen, I'm going to go ahead and pop him nice and early. The reason for that is he needs to accomplish his objective. Everything else is just optional, a bonus. So I really don't care if they take out anything else. But he does have to kill the queen. So now that that's done, the queen is gone, the CC is handled. So the rest of the base you can handle in pretty much whatever fashion you want, which is why I like this strategy. So like I said before, if you wanted to do a Goho, you could attack from here to try to get this giant bomb spot. You could attack from this section and try to get this giant bomb spot. You can Pentaloon, you could use 4 lavas and 4 zaps. There's just a ton of options. Of course, this idea doesn't work on every base. The queen has to be either exposed, meaning out of the base, which you don't see too often, or at least you only have to get through one wall. So anytime you see the queen that far out to the edge, you definitely want to think about doing this. If the only thing that the king gets is the queen, then your king did his job. You don't have to worry about much. The king doesn't have to take out a bunch of buildings. The queen is really the only thing he should be taking out. If he gets other stuff, fantastic, but you should be happy if he only gets the queen. Anyway, I hope that helps, and I hope you consider doing this sometime in the future, and I hope the name Ninja King catches on. So, I hope you learned something. Thanks for watching. Keep up the fire.